Welcome back to you, son of a witch. Ready for another wizarding probe into the wild world of flash fiction? This week we've got two tales that'll really mess with your sense of reality. A little magic, a little danger, and a whole lot of, wait, what just happened? You told us how much you love getting right into the good stuff, so we picked two stories that are short, sweet, and packed with surprises. You're gonna love these.
Yeah, we've got one that explores what happens when illusions become real, and another where illusions turn deadly. Talk about a double dose of mind-bending magic.
Right. Okay, so first up is the Mirage Merchant. It's about this young trader named Robbie who's already making a name for himself as an illusionist. He's got these amazing tricks like conjuring shimmering gold dust that leaves everyone in the marketplace completely awestruck. But deep down, Robbie wants more. He's not satisfied with just fooling people. He craves real magic, and that's what sets him on this quest for the legendary Mirage Codex.
It makes you think. He's already mastered the art of deception, of creating these fleeting moments of wonder. Is his yearning for the Codex just about taking it to the next level? Or is there something more to it? Like, is he searching for a deeper truth or meaning beyond the illusions he creates?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, he clearly enjoys the attention and the awe, but maybe there's a part of him that's frustrated? It's all just smoke and mirrors, literally. And his journey to find this codex is no walk in the park. We're talking treacherous desert nights, battling blinding sandstorms, even dodging bandits. It really paints a picture of how desperate he is to find something more.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The desert setting isn't just some random backdrop, it's a test of his commitment. And the way he pushes through those challenges shows just how badly he wants to get his hands on this codex. It makes you wonder what he sees in it that's worth all that hardship.
And the way he finds the codex is pure magic, too. He comes across the seemingly abandoned tent in the middle of nowhere, but there's something strange about it, almost like it's shimmering. Then when he steps inside, bam! It transforms into this breathtaking palace, all shifting silver and pearl. It's like something out of a dream, a really surreal, luxurious dream.
Yeah, it's that sudden shift, right, from this simple tent to this incredible palace that really emphasizes that we're entering a realm where the impossible is possible. It sets the stage for the kind of magic Ravi's about to encounter.
Exactly. And in this unbelievable palace, he meets this mysterious woman. She's draped in this fabric that shimmers and changes colors, kind of like the palace itself. It's pretty clear she's connected to the Codex somehow, acting as a guide or maybe even a guardian of its secrets.
The mysterious woman is a classic element in stories like this. She represents the unknown, the gateway to a deeper understanding of this world. And the fact that she appears so ethereal and ever-changing, well, that reinforces the idea that things are not always what they seem, even in this world of real magic.
Oh, for sure. And get this. The Mirage Codex itself isn't your typical book of spells. It's described as this swirling mass of shapes, constantly shifting and changing. Imagine trying to learn a whole new language, but instead of words, it's all these visual concepts. Talk about a challenge.
Right, it's like he's trying to decipher the very building blocks of reality. And it makes you wonder if his background in illusions gives him an edge, like maybe all those years of manipulating perception have trained his mind to see things in a way that others can't.
That's an interesting thought. It's like he's been unknowingly preparing for this his whole life. And then there's this pivotal moment where it all clicks for him. He focuses all his will, all his imagination on his old beat-up wagon. And in a flash, it transforms into this luxurious carriage made of polished metal and the finest silk. But the key here is that it's not just an illusion. It feels real, solid, tangible.
Right, that sense of solidity is crucial. It's what separates the true magic of the Codex
Yeah.
from his previous illusions. It's the point where his imagination literally shapes reality that makes you think about the power of the mind, doesn't it?
Totally. And then, just as Ravi's grasped this incredible power, the woman disappears. Poof, gone, leaving him alone to figure out what to do with this amazing ability. Talk about being thrown into the deep end.
It's almost like a trial by fire, isn't it? She's given him the tools, shown him the way, and now it's up to him to figure out how to use them responsibly.
Right.
Her disappearance also adds to the mystery, like, will she return? Does she have a bigger plan in mind? We're left with more questions than answers.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
And what does Ravi do with this power? Well, at first, he seems to use it for good. He transforms entire villages, turning barren land into fertile fields, and making sure no one goes hungry with these lavish feasts. He basically goes from a street performer to a miracle worker overnight.
Yeah, it's classic hero stuff, right? He's using his newfound power to help others, to make the world a better place. But it also raises the question, how much power is too much? And what happens when those good intentions go wrong?
Exactly. The story even hints at that, asking, could his tricks, his power be used for harm? It's that age-old question, does power corrupt? And then we see him return to the marketplace, not in his old wagon, but in this incredible, opulent carriage that must have everyone staring. But he doesn't just flaunt his wealth. He takes that ordinary dust and turns it into seeds that instantly sprout into beautiful flowers. And for the kids, he conjures this friendly, rainbow-breathing dragon. It's like he's trying to share the wonder, to remind everyone of the magic that's still possible.
It's a nice contrast, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the one hand, he's clearly enjoying the attention and the respect that comes with his newfound status. But on the other hand, there's a genuineness to his actions. It's not just about power, it's about bringing joy and beauty into the world.
Totally. And the reaction of the other merchants is priceless. You know, the ones who probably used to look down on him as just a trickster, now they're practically begging for his secrets, wanting a piece of the real magic.
It's that moment of realizing that the game has changed, right? Ravi's no longer just a clever illusionist. He's someone who can reshape reality. And those who underestimated him are now scrambling to catch up.
Yeah, it's pretty satisfying to see, but instead of hoarding his power, Ravi actually considers teaching others. It's like he wants to empower others to spread the potential of this magic. It's a pretty hopeful note, you know?
Definitely. It shows a generosity of spirit, a willingness to share his gift with the world. But it also makes you think, is everyone ready for that kind of power? What would happen if everyone could manipulate reality? Would it be utopia or chaos?
That's a great question. And just when you think things are looking up, bam, that mysterious woman reappears, watching Ravi from the crowd. Is she checking up on her student? Or does she have something else in mind? Something maybe a little more sinister? It's the perfect cliffhanger, leaving you wanting more.
Yeah, her reappearance definitely throws a wrench in things.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, maybe this journey isn't over yet. Maybe there's another lesson to be learned or another challenge to face. We're left wondering what her true intentions are and what role she'll play in Ravi's future.
Okay, so we've got Ravi, who's just stepped into a world of real magic. Now let's shift gears completely and dive into our second flash fiction story, the Trickster's Tournament. Get ready for a legendary competition with some seriously dark twists and turns.
This story takes us in a whole other direction, right? Instead of one person discovering magic, we're in a world where magic is a public spectacle. It's all about showmanship and illusion.
Exactly. And our main character is Maya, a rookie street performer who's decided to enter this prestigious tournament. She's going up against some of the biggest names in the illusionist world, so she's definitely the underdog.
I love the underdog story. You can't help but root for the little guy, right? Especially in a world where everyone's trying to outdo each other with these elaborate illusions.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the tournament starts off with all the usual flair and spectacle, but things take a dark turn during Maya's first match. Her opponent is this flashy guy named Dante, who's performing a classic levitation trick with a crystal ball.
It's like they're setting the stage, you know, showing us what to expect from a typical magic act, which makes what happens next even more shocking.
Right. So Maya's up next, and she does this seemingly simple sleight of hand trick with cards. And in this unbelievable moment, Dante vanishes in a puff of smoke. And in his place, a frantic dove. But here's the thing. The birdcage the dove came from is empty, except for a single playing card. The Ace of Spades. Suddenly, it's not just a magic trick, it's something way more sinister.
Oh yeah, that disappearance, coupled with that Ace of Spades, changes everything. It's like a warning, a signal that we've crossed into dangerous territory.
Yeah.
It makes you question everything you're seeing.
And it just keeps escalating. Backstage, it's pure chaos. More performers start vanishing, and Madame Vespera, who runs the tournament, wants to shut the whole thing down. I mean, this is a woman who lives and breathes theatrics, but even she is terrified.
Yeah, you know it's serious when Madame Vespera, of all people, is freaking out. It shows just how out of control the situation has become.
Totally. But Maya, our rookie, she refuses to back down. She's like, no way, canceling is exactly what whoever is behind this wants. It shows some serious guts, especially considering everyone else is panicking.
It shows that she's not just a talented performer, but also a quick thinker. She sees that fear is part of the game, and she refuses to play into it.
Exactly. So while everyone else is losing their minds, Maya decides to investigate. She's using her street smarts, paying attention to little details, a bit of spilled glitter, a hushed conversation, stuff most people wouldn't even notice.
That's where her experience as a street performer really comes in handy. She's learned to observe her surroundings, to pick up on subtle cues that others might miss.
And her sleuthing leads her to this hidden room up in the rafters. Inside, she finds a masked figure hunched over this strange contraption with swirling lights and crackling energy. It's like something out of a science fiction movie, not a magic show.
Yeah, that's where the story takes this really interesting turn. It introduces this element of technology into a world that's been all about traditional magic and illusion.
Mhm.
It makes you wonder, is this advanced tech, or is it a new form of magic we haven't seen before?
Right, and things get really tense when Maya confronts the masked figure. The only weapon she's got is her prop wand, but she uses it. Talk about thinking on your feet.
I love that detail. It shows her resourcefulness and her courage. She's not backing down, even when she's completely outmatched.
And it's just pure mayhem. There's this massive explosion of light and sound, and when the dust settles, the masked figure and the machine are gone, but in their place is a crumpled up costume, Dante's costume.
That's a huge twist, right? Suddenly, Dante's not just a victim, he's somehow connected to this whole thing. But how? Was he in on it from the start? Or was he a victim too? It's a total head-scratcher.
And then, just as suddenly as they vanished, all the missing performers reappear, completely unharmed. Madame Vespera, probably just wanting the whole nightmare to be over, decides to go on with the tournament, leaving everyone, including Maya, completely bewildered.
It's like, what just happened? Were they ever in real danger? Or was this all some elaborate, albeit terrifying illusion? And if so, what was the point?
So many questions, right? But then it gets even creepier. Maya goes back to her room, and on her bed, she finds another card, the Ace of Hearts. And written on it, in blood, is a simple message: your turn. So even though the immediate danger seems to have passed, it's clear that this is far from over, and now Maya is the target.
It's a chilling ending. It suggests that whoever's behind this is playing a long game and they're not finished yet. And that final message, so personal, so menacing, it leaves you with a real sense of dread.
Yeah, talk about a cliffhanger. So there you have it, two incredible stories that explore the power of illusion, both its beauty and its potential for darkness. In The Mirage Merchant, we see the birth of real magic and the challenges that come with wielding such power. It makes you think. If you could make your illusions real, what would you create? And what would you be willing to sacrifice?
And in the Trickster's tournament, the line between illusion and reality blurs, leaving us wondering what's real and what's just a trick. It makes you think. What would you do if you found yourself in a situation where the magic turned deadly?
These flash fiction stories really pack a punch, don't they? We hope this wizarding probe into these tales has sparked your imagination and left you wanting more. If you're ready for more mind-bending adventures, be sure to rate and follow You, Son of a Witch. We'll be back next week with more thrilling tales from the world of flash fiction.